Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Preston Show, episode number 14. We have an action packed lineup for you tonight. It's going to be a great time. First up, we're going to talk about DACA. I got some audio bites I'm going to play for you, courtesy of C SPAN. We're going to break those down, and then we're going to go into my take on the reports that Oprah may run for president. All here on the Preston Show, episode number 14. Thank you again for joining. So off the bat, I knew that the liberal media, the crazy out of control media, the media that makes its own rules, that sets its own laws, I knew that they would get this wrong. So I have an excerpt for you. It's just from C-SPAN, courtesy of C-SPAN here. And I'm going to play you this clip for educational purposes. And really, after this, we're going to break down exactly what this all means here. But this is the most important piece of news this week by far. So I'm going to go ahead and play it for you now. Roll the tape.
I think there needs to be a willingness on both sides. And I think, and I don't know how you would feel about this, but I'd like to ask the question, what about a clean DACA bill now, with a commitment that we go into a comprehensive immigration reform procedure like we did back, or I remember when Kennedy was here, and it was really a major effort, and it was a great disappointment that it went nowhere.
I have no problem. I think that's basically what Dick has said. We're going to come out with DACA. We're going to do DACA, and then we can start immediately on the phase 2, which would be comprehensive. Yeah, I would like to do that. Go ahead. I think a lot of people would like to see it, but I think we have to do DACA first.
Mr. President, you need to be clear, though. I think what Senator Feinstein's asking here, when we talk about just DACA, we don't want to be back here 2 years later. You have to have security, as the Secretary would tell you.
But I think that's what you said.
I think she's saying something different. I'm thinking you're saying DACA without security. Are you talking about security as well?
Well, I think if we have some meaningful, comprehensive immigration reform, that's really where the security goes. And if we could get the DACA bill, because March is coming and people are losing their status every day.
But let's be honest with you. Security was voted on just a few years ago. And no disrespect, there's people in the room on the other side of the aisle who voted for it. If I recall, Senator Clinton voted for it. So I don't think that's comprehensive. I think that's dealing with DACA at the same time. I think that's really what the president's making. It's kind of like 3 pillars. DACA, because we're all in the room want to do it. Border security, so we're not back out here, and chain migration. It's just 3 items, and then everything else that's comprehensive is kind of moved to the side. So I believe when the president talks about DACA, and a lot.
And I think we should add merit. I mean, if you can, add merit-based. No, I don't think, I don't know who's going to argue with merit-based. Who can argue with merit-based? Diane, go ahead.
Do you really think that there can be agreement on all of that quickly to get DACA passed in time? I wanted to ask Mr. McCarthy a question. Do you really think there can be agreement on those 3 difficult subjects you raise in time to get DACA passed and effective? So,
Yes, because you have heard from Leader McConnell and Speaker Ryan, who said they will put the bill onto the floor if the president agrees to it. And us getting to the room, I haven't seen us be this close and having this discussion in quite a few years, of the whole last 4 years. So I think, yes, we can make this happen. We all know it. We've done it before. Look, you and I spent a long time. We did probably one of the most difficult things to do in California, water. And I believe we can get there, and we can just keep working each day on this.
I think what we're all saying is we'll do DACA, and we can certainly start comprehensive immigration reform the following afternoon. Okay, we'll take an hour off and then we'll start. But I do believe that, because once we get DACA done, if it's done properly with security and everything else, if it's done properly, we have taken a big chunk of comprehensive out of the negotiation, and I don't think it's going to be that complicated. Yes.
So what we heard right there, folks, was the majority whip Republican Kevin McCarthy in his exchange with Democrat Dianne Feinstein, senator out of California, and President Donald Trump. So they had this exchange over DACA, which is headline news all week long. But here's what we're not hearing about DACA. But you're going to hear it because of the Preston Show. DACA means great economic impact if it's done right. It has the potential to be tremendous for the economy. It comes down to securing the border, and DACA is our chance to do just that. There must be funding for the wall in any DACA bill, President Trump says. If you fast forward to Wednesday, all right, we sped it up, a federal judge throws a wrench in Trump's plan to end DACA immediately. So, wrench in the plan, it's not going through. It's going to go through the Ninth Circuit before it goes to the higher court of the land. The Democrats are trying to destroy his chances of a second term. That is what the Democrats are trying to do here. They're trying to destroy President Trump's chance of a second term, but this isn't why they're fighting so hard over DACA. So pay attention. They're fighting so hard because DACA is one of the few things they're still campaigning on. In 2 years, the Democrat machine will be in swing states saying President Trump turned heel on immigration, which is false. But just mark my words, they will be on top of this. Because when there's a story that they can gain some type of ground on over Republicans in swing states, they're all over that. My take on the reports that Oprah may run for president. This is an interesting story that's been running through the news this week. National Public Radio and the PBS poll from all age groups. What they found was Oprah would beat President Donald Trump in double digits. And this is comical. And I like Oprah a lot. I think Oprah's a great person. But you got to remember, people from 18 to the age of 25 normally don't vote in large numbers. And the majority doesn't vote in that age group. That's the age group they're really targeting. Even though they polled from some different age groups here. This is the age group they're polling from. So let's keep that in mind. Delta Airlines predicting 20% increase in revenue because of Trump's tax plan. It's been interesting to see Delta Airline have kind of a double-edged sword where the stock continues to rise, the company continues to perform well despite foreign and ethical issues in other nations like China, as you've seen reported in the news, where they've apologized. Bloomberg News reports Chrysler Fiat, the automaker here, giving $2,000 checks to 60,000 workers. And $1 billion will be invested to create 2,500 factory jobs, all because of the Trump tax plan. So again, another gain from the Trump tax plan. Another gainer. Sam's Club shutting down over 12 stores. I've seen it reported as 60. That came from One America News. I thought that was interesting. Would Sam's Club typically have really been the hot spot? I mean, you have Trader Joe's, you have all these other nook and cranny stores, but what it comes down to is when you got a company like Walmart that backs the Sam's Club here, right? Because they own it. So what does that say for Walmart and where this is headed here? Because I'll tell you what, Walmart online for grocery experience here, speaking from experience, is great. Walmart shopping online for about anything else, a little bit pricey. Now, it also can depend on your area, and you spend a certain amount of money, you don't pay any shipping. So there's benefits, complete benefits. The ability to go pick it up from the store. So there's a lot of benefits to shopping online. So I mean, compared to other services, that's definitely at a peak right now, and it's not really being talked about. And then you see Sam's Club all over the news taking a hit. But anytime there's something negative or something bad, the news is going to run with it. And it's no surprise that after a long week, the talk of a government shutdown looms. In my opinion, I do not see in any way the government shutting down. I think it's interesting, the thought or the theory, but there's too much at stake right now. There's too much work to be done in the House, and there's too much work to be done at the president's desk. So this has to continue to move in the right direction. We've seen some news come out where the Midwest is strengthening industry, strengthening agriculture, putting their money where their mouth is. The need for improvement is great in the state we're broadcasting here out of in Illinois. The need for improvement is great. And when times are tough and situations are difficult, it's cold, every day's a little bit shorter than normal. You got to make the most of your time. Time management is of the essence. Use your calendar. If you had anything on your home screen on your phone, or just universally on a computer or tablet, it would be a calendar, because time management is something I've always believed people struggle with, along with paying bills, and it's just a reality. Two things you should be on top of before all else is your time and your bills. And if you continue to live that way, you will see the number of problems you have decrease substantially. I find it interesting that there was one report that so many of these cryptocurrencies are taking the wind out of the news, and it's partially true, but the idea isn't sound. The logic isn't really there. Same thing with social media. When social media became the big deal, became a stock, it was grossing. Facebook continues to perform well despite all the obstacles it's had to overcome. Being a public company is like running a triathlon and then signing up and running it again. I've definitely enjoyed the topics tonight. I have an afterthought for everybody here, and it's very simple. And remember, we'll have a show coming up for you. We'll have a great show lined up for you. That's going to be on Monday. Another show on Wednesday. and another show on Friday. We're going to continue the 3 shows a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which, in my opinion, all talk shows should basically take that format. Or even 2 days a week is a great format. Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, and Wednesday. But nonetheless, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the Preston Show is coming to you, and it's coming right to your eardrums. I'm going to leave you with this, folks. No victory comes without a story. It is important to follow along and see where these stories go. Ladies and gentlemen, just like the hands of time, I'm turning it over to you.